Hello, everyone. We got a special guest here tonight making his debut on Around the Arc. Tyler Feldman.
Yeah.
He is doing big things. He's stepping up in the world. And as you can see, we're missing some of our other guys as spring break has taken them victim. But it's the Week 8 Around the Arc pregame show presented by DJ Steo. Joey, Tyler, Ryan, and Ben. Comment in. I will be loading this up shortly. As you can tell, Tyler didn't want to be behind the camera anymore, so now I get to host, be on air, and direct.
I have a face far too beautiful to not be on air.
So, as I'm sure a lot of you already know as well, tomorrow night's games have been postponed to March 27th. That's a Monday. So now our Week 2 makeup is a Tuesday that week, the 28th. And then tomorrow night's games will be moved to Monday, March 27th. So now we have a full Week 10, and to get everyone up through 9 games. The playoffs will resume after that. We will predict Ronte's numbers tonight. I'll make a note of that. 1 second, Ron. But, yeah, so games tomorrow are canceled already. These guys are heading home after this tonight. Don't plan on going anywhere tomorrow. When you cancel this far ahead and stuff like that.
Stay safe.
Nice snow day tomorrow. But before that, half the league is going to play tonight.
Yes, they are.
And that's what we call a transition. We'll get to Ronte's points in a minute. Does anyone want to start with anything? I think we should do this. Please comment in questions as always. We will start with Ronte's points as No Limit gets ready to take on Light It Up. Ronte Player of the Week last week, a big double-double. And we have people in the window as well. Ronte's numbers.
Fans.
What do we think?
Is Terrell back?
I believe so.
Then
no.
Sub 10.
Yeah.
I think that it was an anomaly last week, and Ronte stinks. We all know that. And he only scored because Terrell wasn't there. 18 and 16. Get out of here. Player of the week.
How are you going to disrespect Ronte? He was player of the week.
Yeah, he got over 2,000
listen,
people.
so that
he
is
did
all
get 2,000 people to vote for.
2,000 people to vote for.
Okay, but in all seriousness, I think with
well, not for him.
against Light It Up, a weak team, I think they should be able to spread it around a bit. Maybe 14. That's a
I'm so glad we brought Tyler here for this razor sharp analysis.
What about he got like 16 boards? You think he's going to get
16 boards?
Chances he gets 10 boards.
Maybe Terrell isn't coming.
No double-double tonight unless it's in turnovers.
Wow.
10
That's what I'm here for.
10 travels for Happy Feet?
I say he cracks 10 if he starts LaMelo balling in the fourth quarter. Like,
Padded the stats.
yeah, like Tyron does and all that.
Speaking of Light It Up, they went for 75 points last week. Looked a lot more like a
still
team.
Almost got
beat by 40.
Still lost, but
Still lost.
minor steps here as the playoffs approach. You want to keep building. Rosario wasn't there. Who knows? I know my thing isn't updating too good. Who knows if he'll be back this week? I've heard both ways. So, is Light It Up a better team? And that's the key word. Like with Rosario or without?
That's a great
and why?
question.
Oh, I wonder who came up with it.
Me.
I did not come up with it.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that's right.
I think they really looked better last week without him. Chris Rosario is someone who takes a lot of shots and doesn't necessarily hustle back on defense when they're not getting the ball going. And I know this is a mental game, and a lot of teams take themselves out once they decide that they think it's over. And that's not to take anything away from Chris Rosario. He's still a good player. He's still a catalyst for the team when he's there. He scores majority of the points, but they did look good last week without him. You can't deny that.
No, I think as a team, they're better without him. Like, obviously, he's the most talented basketball player on that team, but there's certain anomalies where sometimes when someone who's seen as a better player that's not on the court, they play better without him. Like I was telling Tyler and you, the Heat last year, when Hassan Whiteside was on the bench, they played better team defense in terms of points given up without him on the court, and he led the NBA in blocks. So it's just, with him not playing, they distributed more, and like you were saying, more people are going to shoot, so you have a more balanced attack. But when he's there, they may be able to upset someone because they have someone to give the ball to, but they also could lose by more because he's the only one shooting.
Standing around watching, kind of as I mentioned. 3 people watching, comment in, even if it's just a hello, you can kind of get some reaction out of these guys. We'll move into Monstars Rookies, which I think is also another compelling matchup. Not that the other two aren't.
Probably the most compelling matchup we have.
But the rookies always play good teams close. Let me see Davin here. I wonder what he said.
He said,
Einhorn. Monstars Rookies. What did he say?
Tell Ben to wear an undershirt.
What?
I am wearing an undershirt.
What is the key?
V-neck.
What is the key? What is the key for the rookies? to hang in and maybe even finally beat one of these teams.
I'm sorry, repeat the question.
The rookies. We're talking about the rookies, a fabulous team in the league.
Fabulous team.
They're playing Monstars, who had a big win last week.
Yes, they did.
But they did squander a lead. How do the rookies hang in this game and keep it close?
Jalen Smalls, right?
Yeah,
I think that's probably going to be the key for them. He's their catalyst is a word we like to use around here. He seems to be the catalyst for the rookies. We also know Jamal Jones. He's been known to get down and ball. He played well last week as well.
Yeah, no, I
of our group.
Stephen A.
I agree. Those two are probably going to be big key players, and Eric Singleton's a good third option. But last week they scored, I believe it was 77 points, and they had Singleton, Jones, and Small scored all of it but 8. So they're going to need a couple people on the outside to maybe hit some threes, crash the glass a little bit, and just help out, even if it's in small ways, because the Monstars are just a deep team that can go to anybody at any time.
Do you want to add anything?
Yeah, I think. Well, I think you guys were in here
just watching on the camera.
Hey, I've been told that I talk too much, so maybe I'm toning it down a little bit.
Not by me.
You guys didn't have the pleasure of watching Jalen play last year, and it was tough for him because he played on a team that went the stretch without winning. So I think that he's sort of accustomed to having to be the guy at the front of the roster, but I think that more so than he did last year with the Airballers, may they rest in peace. He has a little bit of help this year, and I think that right, the Airballers, right? You're asking for it at that point.
Who would have thought?
Right?
Really are.
I think that he has a little bit of help this year. Like you said, Jamal Jones can play a little bit, but I think the Monsters are pretty athletic, and I just don't know. They run too much. They have a lot of pieces. Jabril's back. He's maybe everything that he brings from the sidelines. I'm not saying he's bad on the court, but he brings so much more to that team, and it seems like everyone's intensity is a little bit more ratcheted up when Jabril's there. The league loves having him here, and I think that it's the Monsters are tough, and it seems that wherever he goes, he likes to win, and they seem to win a lot.
There's no conspiracy against Jabril. We love him,
of course.
The
world needs to know.
We love him just as much as he loves to talk.
It's a perfect match.
Listen, it's hard to get technicals in this league, so like that has nothing to do with any of us.
Unless you're John Rowland.
Well, no, they're easier for some players to get maybe, but they're still very hard to get in general.
When will you guys learn? Complain less and they won't tee you up so much.
I mean, the refs are human, so I mean, if you do some psychology on that end of just person-to-person interaction, usually if you're nice, you might get nice in return. That's why my team, I tell everyone to stop saying crap to the refs. But Jabril did comment in wanting us to talk about his return. I think they can use him tonight against the rookies, who are more of a scrappy, piece it together team. Anything else on that? Who commented?
Hey, you know what? You're welcome, Jabril. I got your back, bro.
There you go. Yeah, the Airballers Twitter does still live. That is very that's interesting that they still tweet.
That's incredible.
And they're not even a team in the league. It's very interesting. Serial killers. Tyron hates us saying this, but they did prove something last week. We had a nice phone call from Tyron over the course of the week, but the serial killers still unbeaten, coming third in the power rankings, and I think rightly so. Take on a White Magic team who have won 2 in a row now, and surprised some people last week against Sportslook. It seems, and I think this, the serial killers play one type of way through the first 3 quarters, and then whether it's they change their rotations or whether they then, realize it's the 4th quarter and they maybe should start playing, I don't know. No, that could be honestly what's happening.
No, you're totally right.
What do they have to do today against a White Magic team who, if they let hang around, as we saw last week, could maybe hit some shots and surprise people again.
The answer is incredibly simple, Joey. And it's 2 words, and they're Michael and they're Davis.
That's true.
It seems that anytime the serial killers find themselves in a close game, all that has to happen is Mike has to check in and decide that he wants to score, and that's all that it really takes. We've yet to find anyone that can really slow him down. Last week, it was impressive what he did in that 4th quarter, and he just absolutely turned it on a level. And I think that this team knows that they have an X factor like that, and if they maybe play down to some teams, they let other teams back into games. It's nice to have that backup plan there. A guy that can score at will and really take over a game in the final minutes. There's nothing like that in this league.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Sorry.
Oh no,
let you go.
Please, duke it out, boys. Let's hear it.
Yeah, no, like you were saying, he just kind of gives them whatever they need whenever they need it. I know you pointed out to me the entire bench was screaming, we need a 3 last week, and he just steps back and switches to 3. Yeah. whenever they need a basket, whenever they need a steal, literally anything, he's got it.
Yeah.
And whether that happens in the fourth quarter or not, that's just what it is. Mike Davis doesn't lose.
Right. We don't love making these comparisons, but it's if we talk best player versus MVP, it's the LeBron aspect, right? If Mike Davis tried as hard as he could every game, he could have a triple-double every night.
Not even tried. It's just like takes as many shots as he should.
Might not be the MVP this year because of his numbers, but we can all agree that he is the best player.
Mike Davis is the real MVP. Let's not forget, let's quote side here. Tyron is the real stat-stuffing MVP.
Well, speaking of that, Davin wanted to ask if
what do you want?
Mike is now in the lead for MVP, and as we know, he won it over the summer. It's a very interesting argument on an undefeated team. We know how talented he is, all that good stuff. Is he now in that conversation after his performance last week?
Mike Davis? Been in the conversation since the beginning of the season. I think it's been a question of him and Carmine kind of back and forth, and I think last week he might have Jalen Graham too, but he's on a better team, I think.
Right. Okay. I think that's the difference.
He has Scott Korshard. He has a lot of different pieces around
Scotty's
him.
been hurt.
Yeah.
Scotty's been hurt.
I think it's a tall.
It's close.
To me,
Will McAdoo. Let's not forget about Will McAdoo. He's averaging 4.7 fouls, 3.7 points. Just
back on,
that out there.
Yeah, but messing with the show.
But no, but with the MVP candidate, I agree. We haven't been talking about him. I remember last week we were talking about MVP candidates, and if Jalen went ahead of Carmine, and I mean he may or may not have, but Mike Davis should there should be 4. And that's kind of all we should talk about, at least for now.
For MVP, right?
Yeah, I mean, we could maybe throw a 5th in there, but it really is Terrell, Carmine, Jalen, and Mike. Whatever order you want to put them in, I don't know, but those are the 4.
We have a Jabril "Who's Mike" comment as a former teammate questioning who is that man. And
it's a common name, but
Jabril asked about
right.
Jabril asked about the Temptations. They play tomorrow, which got moved to Monday, March 27th. So we'll save that conversation for next week. I don't know. I think they play next Tuesday as well.
John Rules.
Oh god, yeah, we have brought to you by John.
That's the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Oh man,
let's hit our last game, and then we can take some more comments and get out of here. Avengers in the Firm, we think has the potential. It really is going to come down to, again, the Avengers hitting shots and keeping themselves in the game, because we know what the Firm do.
Yep.
Right? They pound it inside, attack the rim, and that's usually more consistent night in and night out than a team that likes to shoot. The Avengers lost by 6 last week. Again, no limit without Terrell in that, but we still thought it wouldn't be that close, even knowing that going in. So can the Avengers hit enough shots to hang around this week against the Firm and maybe even win?
You know, I was pretty surprised by that game last week. I was watching it, and that's an Ellis quote right there. Wow. And Shapiro had 20, and Davis had 20, and they were just hitting a ton of threes all over the place. And I mean, was No Limit trying? Maybe, maybe not. Was Ronte trying? Maybe, maybe not.
Definitely.
But I don't know. Maybe
that was his time to shine when he stepped up.
Maybe I was a little generous on those rebounds, but whatever. Yeah, I don't think they could win unless Shapiro and Davis go for 20 and 20 again, maybe more, and they got to hit at least 10 to 15 threes to win, because the Firm are just going to go inside and not take those 2 feet away from the basket layups as opposed to 20 feet away from the basket threes in a game like this.
Yeah, I don't have any doubts that the Avengers could score well enough to keep it close. I just don't know if they really match up well enough defensively. I think that the Firm has a lot of size, and not just unathletic size. Like, they have athletic bigs. Like, Chris Martinez can run the floor. Right. That Markey he can dunk from half court.
Versatile big men.
They're tough to match up with, and I think the Avengers, their strength is sort of coming off the pick, spotting up, dropping threes, but they don't really have a dominant post presence like that. So I don't know if defensively that they're going to have an answer for some of the size that the Firm has, but I think that they could score. But I think if it's close in the fourth quarter, I would give the edge to the Firm.
I think we'd all agree that the Avengers don't necessarily have a problem with scoring the ball. It's the matchups defensively, like you were saying. They just don't have anybody that can guard Chris Martinez or Markey on the perimeter or guard them inside.
Exactly.
It's going to be a long night for them.
We have a vote for Avengers by Jabril.
What's AMD?
I don't know.
American Medical Dictionary.
Second quarter projections. I don't know, Kev. Appreciate the comment. Any last remarks about tonight? Again, this is the only Around the Arc this week, unfortunately. We'll be back, hopefully, barring any more weather. We'll be back every week, Monday and Tuesday.
Yep.
From here through April. Do we have a... I don't know.
Bullish.
You got Eric Sidewater watching.
Son, what are you
Kevin,
talking about?
First interview.
Who
knows?
Son,
Yeah,
what are you
no,
talking
bro.
about?
Yeah, if you the winning team. So if you guys win, which we are expecting you guys to win, for sure, you can get your interview.
Prove us right.
Since I was paying. Yeah. Any last things about these games? I mean, I think we all on the same page with who we think's going to win.
Yeah, another Monday that you screwed up for us, but that's all right.
Yeah, I like to ease everyone back into the action, so we kind of,
That's how
Monday,
it is.
yeah,
Of
which is
course.
why Tyler's team played a couple times on Monday, and my team never.
I played
has.
one.
You would think you'd put the other not so great games on Tuesday, so your game's the game to watch.
Would stand out. I know.
Well, it doesn't matter. He's
no.
always front and center, court 1. You know how it is.
Yeah, no, but
Sort of
sometimes the better
postures.
games on court 2.
People, the game of the week was going to be this week on
Yeah, Redemption and Goon.
I will not step foot
It was
on
on
court
2
2
because
for the
of
remainder of my
somebody.
internship.
somebody
Yeah.
who brings the fans in by the busload. So we have our winners. Ty scored 20 this season. I think he's talking about you.
Yeah.
Well, you scored 20.
Well,
Cumulatively
cumulatively throughout the
digits.
season, I think as a whole
cumulatively,
this season,
yeah,
I have
you
like 16
or
points
so already. Yeah,
I have 2
Yeah,
games to
one
score
game.
4
John's,
buckets.
John smack talking to you.
I know. When Mike lost. I also remember when we beat him, but I don't know. That gets thrown out the window.
I think I have more personal fouls than I do.
But no, Ty will not score
Probably.
20 this season.
I'm a
All right.
defensive superstar. Let's not forget that.
Oh my
I don't
God.
play on the
Yeah,
offensive
zero.
side.
Zero.
I'm a
Zero.
lockdown
It's
defender.
approximately
Uh,
0%.
I wanna-
doesn't mean you're a
I want to
superstar.
end with this. Week
Yeah,
8 is only
yeah.
one night this week, 4 games. As I mentioned, tomorrow's games moved to March 27th. That's a Monday. We usually do, highlights on Snapchat. Interviews will be up on Facebook tonight. We'll have a post-game show. We'll be back after the games. Tonight we'll also be talking about some playoff predictions, some award predictions on the post-game show. We want to give you something that'll last you the week since, we're not here tomorrow. I want to end with Tyler's 3-word game. I don't think it matters the question, but I will ask him one about any team other than the one he wants to talk about. 3 words describing the Monstars.
Describing the Monstars.
Oh, no. Well, you had one saved up. You wanted to
all
end
gone
with.
now.
Ronte Bird stinks.
There we go. That's how we end. Around the yard, week 8. Happy feet. Didn't see you tuning in. That's what you get. We will see you in about 40 minutes. We're going to walk up to the courts.
I love to hear myself talk.
Oh my god.
See you in 40 minutes, week 8.